all year. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Good stuff. No problems. Good morning, officials, players, spectators, and the teams playing today. We're here to start with the coin toss with the officials. Morning.
Morning, sir.
Good stuff. Then we're going to call forward the two captains, Whusperers and Potty from CCD Crazy Monkey, and sponsored by 24/7, and Run Whusperers, sponsored by U-Track and Nell Snell. Morning, Aubrey. Potty. Yeah, come on. One on this side, one on the other side. Okay. Umpire, just explain heads and tails to them.
Okay.
Heads?
His head and his tail.
Good. So you are actually home, and they are. So you toss and he calls. Okay. Head. Tails it is.
We would like to bat first.
Aubrey, good luck. Just a quick question between the two of you. Umpy, you can stand here as well. Aubrey, any reason why choosing to bat first?
We kept track and watched the previous games. I think the pitch is gonna be a bit lively this morning, but I think it's gonna die down a bit as the game goes on. So we'll try to bat first, get a nice total on the pitch, and use the pitch when we bowl. See if it
Aubrey,
works
good
fast.
luck with the game. Potty, not winning the toss, what would you have liked to have done?
I would have fielded first anyway. I think we are more confident with our bowling at the moment, and I think the morning pitch will be good for us. So yeah, let's see what we can do, and let's enjoy the game.
Best of luck to the two teams. Thank you. That's all from the coin toss. Let's see you in the match.
Thank you.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, players, officials, sponsors and supporters. Welcome to today's cricket match. The final game of a Desert Eyes T20 League for this weekend. Game between Whusperers, U-Track, Snell and CCD, Crazy Monkey and 24/7 MR. Hopefully this is going to be an exciting game. We saw high scores running yesterday. The Green Mamba scoring immaculate 108 runs just in the allowed, in 7.6 overs. They basically finished the game in halfway. Scores could have been tied there in the sense that it could have gone up to 200 scores. Maybe we'll see the same thing here today. Hopefully we're going to see nice running and some nice strokes being played. Weather looking stunning. No wind out there at the moment. A bit of feedback from the players. Pitch conditions looking really good. Pitch not deteriorating from yesterday. Rolled early this morning. Maybe there's going to be a few cracks opening later in the game, maybe from over 6-7. We'll see a bit of conditions change and spinners coming on to do their job. We see Jacques Kukumur looks like going to open the bowling for CCD. Whusperers, it's Nirav. And by the looks of it, Nash Nashaya opening for them today. Umpires just waiting for the official start, and here we go. Hook shot there by Nirav, just clearing the fielders right in between a very fine type of gully and square leg. Could have put that one away. Bit of a loose ball for the opener there by Jock. Let's see what happens. Nice carry there. Seems to be a bit of pace in the pitch today. Very short by Jock and quickly picked up by Nash. He won't get away with that. We've seen short bowling does not work on this pitch. Put away for 4 runs. Immediately Whusperers into the run flowing, and it seems like they are ready for this game. Big shout out to our sponsors, Nedbank, Pay Today, Cricket Namibia, Nambat Doc, UNAM, Afrideka and Synergy. A big shout out to them. Without our sponsors, this will not be possible. And another loose ball there by Jake. CCD finding the opening bowling tough here. Very loose in what we're seeing, especially to yesterday's games. Bowlers being really direct with their bowling. And then already we see 2 to 3 leg side balls being bowled today. Another short ball. Nash won't miss out on that. Is that going to carry the whole way? No. Stopped by the fielder. Great fielding there. And proper running by Nash and Nirav in the middle. Getting 2 from that. Bit of a miss hit there by Nash. Top edge maybe a bit. Lucky. At least the shot was well placed. Oh, what a cut shot by Nash. Maybe a bit too wide. Put away. Point not getting to that. Diving to make the stoppage, but just maybe over the top of that. Run Whusperers in a really good run flow state at the moment. 12 of just 4 balls. 2 fours already conceded in the over. Bit of pressure here on Jark to pick it up. Can he get a wicket? CCD will have to be very alert in the field. Conditions, outfield, very dry and hard after a bit of cold weather last weekend. Another leave there by Nash. Playing very conscious cricket at the moment. 12 of the over, they don't need much more. And just opting to leave 1 or 2 of the better balls. Jark doing really well there at the end. 2 dot balls. Bit expensive. But in all the games that we saw, openings overs going for a couple. New bowler Stefan, haven't seen too much of him. Looks like a younger talent here for CCD. By the looks of the run-up, there could be some pace in the bowling. Let's see what happens. Game is still a bit static, not everyone getting into the flow as yet. Loose ball there by Stefan, first ball up. Just called wide by the umpire. Big shout out to the Umpires Association. Now standing today in their new shirts, looking all shiny and flashy. Just work to the leg side there by Nirav, and they go through for a single. Just getting back to the umpires, really, really good officiating over the last 2 weekends. Difficult calls at some times. And we have looked at some replays, and I must say, very, very good decisions by the umpires. A few close run-ups and still great calls made in the past games. And just a big shout out to the quality of officiating that we have from the Umpires Association, and a very big thank you. Stephen finding it difficult here. 2 wides already called in the over. Teams need to look at these freebie runs. Seems like pitch conditions has changed from last week until now. Scores have been higher, and giving a team like Whusperers free runs is going to count against you in the latter stages, especially when chasing. 15 for the loss of 0, just after 1.2. Stephen coming back strong. 2 dot balls now in a row, putting some pressure on Nash, facing at the moment. 2 very balanced teams here today. We see Nash and Wissel Mayberg pitching up for the Whusperers. And then obviously Nirav, one of the danger men. If he gets in his iron, he's definitely going to hit a few runs. Nice straight shot by Nash. Will that go all the way? Covers there, picks it up. Very important to take these singles, and when you can, those 2s as well. Try and always keep that scoreboard ticking. Stephen doing really well there, ending with 2 dot balls in his over, pulling back. Run rate now at 8. Nash and Nirav starting off very well in the first over. Now just getting pulled back a bit. Just 4 runs of that over. With the 2 extras, could have been even better. Pitch maybe doing its work, and Stephen not that quick. Definitely the change of pace doing the job. The slower balls and, a bit of the conditions with the late swing could be favoring Stephen there. We see the captain opting to give Jakes another over. Jaco Kumur, also one of the very good players for CCD. Always been with them. Loyal player. Oh, great fielding there in the covers. Coming around by the short mid-on or mid-off position and covering that. Well done there, young lad. Definite 4 stop there in the covers. straight ball there, back to Potti. Will he collect? Yes, Potti doing very well then the deep. Nirav playing a very unorthodox crossbat type of shot there. I would reckon that could go through the covers just with a nice drive. But the style of play from the man always very... Jar coming in for his third ball. Just a bit early on that. Hooking it to the side. Not bad. Risky single there taken by the Whusperers. Nirav doing very well to make his ground. Great running between the two wickets, between the two of these two. I must say the risky singles, but still, I think the two up to the task. Nirav goes over the top, and he's caught in the middle position. Great catch. Nirav trying to go over the top, not getting the full blade on that.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
New batsman in, Asad Abbas, also one of the members of Impact Cricket and one of the founders of the Desert Ice T20 League. Asad just opting to play that one safe. Just want to see what the pitch maybe is still doing. Nash and Asad having a quick word there in the middle. Bit of a fist pump. Bit pressure on the run Whusperers. They lost their first wicket early up. Only 3 overs gone. Just a nice straight, I would say short drive there by Nash. Asad now to face his first ball against Steven. Steven looking good. Starting off his second over, almost like he did in the previous, just with a run there. Maybe now in the flow. So first over, you could see there was a bit of extras. Now he seems to get his stride, bowling wicket to wicket. Man, looking good. Nicely worked by Asad there to the leg side, skimming that ball. And Asad sending Nash back very quickly. Surely there was no run in that. Oh, well, they collected. Stephen doing really well here in his over, putting pressure onto run Whusperers. Run right now just creeping below 6. I think the CCD players have seen in the past from all the games that taking off pace works for any bowler. And oh, wide slash there by Assad, just missing that out, but nonetheless called a wide by the umpire. Stephen trying to bowl that fuller length and just sliding that one a bit too much offside. One comment here on the one side, Nash Nasaya, coach. And on the other side, Asad Abbas, trainee. So also both founding members of the Desert Ice T20 League. Apologies, yes, but coach and trainee now actually batting together. That we don't see much. And yes, 2 of the founding members of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. Another one sliding maybe too wide. Umpire signals almost immediately. Umpires being very strict with that wide line. We want to see the, high scores. And bowlers not getting any help here from the umpires at the moment. Dot balls are now turning into extras if you're not careful. Junior Theander? No. Oh, outside edge there for Assad. Looking to play that to the leg side, just working around his pads and then getting a thick outside edge. Lucky, I would say. Stephen doing really well there. His previous over just going for 4 runs and now just conceding the 3. And 2 of those extras. Stephen doing really well. Must say CCD coming to the field with a good read of the conditions and what happened in previous games, using that slower bowler to full effect. Stephen, probably now one of the best bowlers already over the weekend. We see Potty putting back Jakes into the attack. Jakes not doing bad in his last over, taking the wicket of the dangerous Nirav. Well kept out there by Nash. Just maybe opting to see out the overs from Jock. A lot of overs still to come. And Nash, a very, very brilliant player of spin. So he might be waiting for those spinners to come on. Game almost now becoming very static. It's dot balls are creeping in, and the run Whusperers now finding runs off the blade very difficult. Current run rate just above 5, and I must say, hats off to CCD. And as I say that, the commentators just creeps in. Jock bowling a wide there, signaled early by the very experienced Vernon Kluter, standing umpire today. Oh, and a big cut shot there by Nash, putting that just through mid-off and cover position. Runs all the way for 4 runs. Big intent shown there by Nash, giving it the full whack blade. Nash also prem player for Whusperers, and they did really well this year. Got a bit of a beating, I think, in the finals, but doing really, really well. Nash just giving us there a bit of a schooling on pitch, playing that beautiful drive shot. Unfortunately, opting to leave the ball, but just doing the stroke play afterwards. Maybe also confidence not there yet. This is the first game for Whusperers, also for CCD. So both teams would have a bit of jitters. Kumur just pulling out of that one. Maybe something bothering with the approach and the batsman not being ready completely. And there you see that beautiful drive shot from Nash. Straight to the fielder, but he's looking good, giving the full blade to the ball. And always a good thing to see, especially with open batters, is that you can see that blade when he's playing the shot. And, that nice kind of light texture that you see flashing. And the ball hitting the middle of the bat. Bit too close to cut, I would say. But Nash playing that well. Made the ball seaming in a bit at the end. Well kept out. Brilliant over there by Kukumur, just giving them the 5 runs off it. Kukumur figures 20 for 1 wicket after 3 overs. Doing really well, considering this is a T20 match format. Normally you would say 3 overs going at least for a couple. Close to 30 odd runs would be any batting team's dream. Will they be bringing in a spinner now? We see Kunzi coming to attack. Very good there by CCD immediately after the first 5 overs. Still 1 over left in the power play. CCD Tigers maybe testing now the batters to see what's going to happen. Oh, and that one just slides. Quincy doing well. Formidable bowler, Quincy. I myself has played against him a few times, and not easy to get away. Oh, brilliant over by Quincy. 3 dots, I think, now. Very good bowling here by Quincy, like I mentioned. Difficult to get away. And also a big stature on the field, so intimidating. Oh, a bit short there by Quincy. Just holding his arm there might be it that he's got a niggle or two. Maybe not really warmed up properly to go. Now I'm going to bowl to Nash. Nash, like I mentioned, a really good spinner, playoff spin. And he will definitely look to go big. Great bowling by Quincy, just going full on the feet. And Nash not there yet, but I think Whusperers is not doing the most of this power play session. Last ball in the power play almost to be bowled. Quincy pulling out. Now the second time this has happened, it seems like Nash is not completely ready when they're bowling. Oh, great fielding overall there by Quincy. What a over, just giving them the 1 run. Pressure is now heavily on the shoulders of Whusperers to get those runs. U-Track Run Whusperers players there in the middle, just having a chat. Nash, Nasaya and Assad probably talking to each other, just telling them, listen, we steadied the ship to here. We probably now have to look at scoring a couple. I would say, looking at some of the games, similar start to what we've seen in the first game. Maybe this is pitch conditions doing its job. And yes, also a lot on this game. We see now Whusperers and the Green Mambas, Whusperers Bulls and the Green Mambas taking 2 wins from their games and immediately putting pressure on the other teams, especially in the openings games, to get runs on the board, and just worked around. Feel they're coming round. They're not going to go for a second run. Bit of a miss hit there by Assad. Still probably finding his tune. And CCD now opting to go with another spinner. Brother of Ben, Shikongu. Bowling now. Also a very formidable spinner. Well known within the Premier League. Great running and calling there by Nash. Immediately calling that single. Sort of a bit hesitant. It seems like the nerves are getting to them and they're feeling that pinch of the run rate now already creeping below 5. Another dot ball. Joining me here in the commentary box, Johan Geldenhuys from NMH. He won't be commentating, but I will be asking a few words on broadcasting feedback. Our broadcasting partner and one of the representatives of NMH, actually a Green Mambas player himself, and they did really well, taking 3 wickets yesterday. So Johan, really good game yesterday for you guys, taking the 3 wickets. I must say spin worked out very well for the Green Mambas yesterday, and we now see CCD Tigers also using their spin very, very effectively.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. Great to be here. I mean, it's as we've seen throughout the past 2 weekends, the pitch does seem to grip a bit. If you pitch it in the right areas, obviously you need to use the pitch. But I mean, yeah, pace is not really doing the game any favors at the moment. Taking the pace off and obviously making the play work for the runs seems to be working throughout the past 2 weekends. Yes.
Johan, coming back to broadcasting, NMH. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know. I mean, we know you do newspapers and that's how many people know you. Can you give me a bit of feedback on your company itself? What are you guys into? Sports, news, etc. And the ground cover that you guys do, I mean, is impressive for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm specifically from. Well, that's a big 6 going there from Nash.
Replay if you can.
So I'm specifically from Synergy Marketing, but it's a marketing agency for the whole Emerald Sands platform group. So it's about a legal entity of 40 companies within that group. And obviously NTV Sports Rap doing a lot of the broadcasting from schools level up until national level, all sport codes. Cricket is still fairly new to us. We started last year with the Desert Ice in the finals. And I mean, what we've done from then to now is tremendously picked up a lot. But I mean, obviously thanks to Netbank, making this tournament possible, and yeah, obviously including Synergy Marketing and Sports Rap to be part of it.
Johan, I must say, we first used you last year in our playoffs and finals, and what a performance that was. And we expected similar, but I must hats off to Synergy and to NMH. You're doing a proper job with the broadcasting. And giving all the supporters and viewers that's tuned into the One Up channel 285 and the YouTube channel, all the best views of the shots and runs and runouts and bowling that we can get. We see there another big shot played by Nash. Nash now taking on Quincy. Like mentioned, he likes spin. Already 10 of the over, 11 of the over. Apologies. Nash now going after the spinners. bit of pressure here on Quincy. Oh, you see Nash going there for a big whack again. Not fully connecting that. Goes down to a deep, deep mid-on. I must say, the running between the wickets from Whusperers is good, but we have seen more intent by other teams. Immediate no call there by Nash, seeing that there's a fielder running in quickly and opting not to go for that second single. Very good over here for Whusperers, 13 off it. Quincy now, bowling figures changing a bit from the first over. Whusperers 43 for the loss of 1. And another easy single there. CCD Tigers not going with that aggressive field setting like we've seen from Whusperers and the Green Mambas. It's almost if they don't mind giving the singles away and then putting the fielders out. So again, learning from the previous games, bringing in the slower bowlers and asking the batsman to pick you up. Surely we see Nash being the aggressor between the two batters out there, and as such, just playing the steady ship, trying to rotate the strike and helping out Nash to get that hogging strike almost, if you can call it that. Shikongu coming into the attack again. Did really, really well in his first over. Lazy paddle shot there for Nash. Just going by the leg stump. Risky business. Single stolen there by Nash. Great calling by Asad, I must say. That was very good awareness of Asad. Also one of the older chaps playing in the Desert Ice T20 or Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. And also, I must say, a lot of experience being part of the last, I think, 5 sessions of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20. It's brilliant by Asad, even though he cannot play the flashy shot as yet. Just opting to rotate that strike and put Nash, who's normally a lot more aggressive. Whusperers will have to pick up the run rate, otherwise they're going to score in that region of that 120, 130. And we have seen that being defended on this pitch, but in the last, I would say, 3-4 matches, you need to get as close as possible to that 150, 160 to give your bowlers anything to work with. Almost 9 overs gone now. Oh, that's brilliant bowling by Shikongu. Again, just conceding the 3 runs of that over. Add if you can. Oh, add if you can. Yes, I need to remember where to put off and where to put on. Toti Yoti.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
A big thank you to our sponsors again. This won't be possible without them. Big shout out to Nedbank, Pay Today, Cricket Namibia, Nambat Doc, UNAM, Afrideca, and our broadcasting partner Synergy. Oh, big shot by Nash. Will that carry? First ball by Hugh, going for a 6. Maybe bowling too short there. And like we've seen with Nikolov to Eaton yesterday, anything short is gonna go for a 6. Here also one of the coaches working with Nash, so these two will know each other very well, and maybe not in the favor of Gio. Nash knowing where's his strong points and obviously what he's bowling. Might be that this is the over for the Run Whisperers to pull things back. Just get that run rate maybe creeping higher to 8. Better there by Gio. Nash playing a very hesitant block shot there. I would say you don't see that a lot. You always try to finish your stroke in a 220 just to see if you hit that gap or not. And there's a single on. Oh, and Nash goes for the big swing. And Hugh gets his wicket. Great length and I must say, fuller length delivery there by Hugh. And doing its job. Run Whisperers now losing their second wicket.
I see 6.
CCD Tigers getting there together. I must say, they are probably feeling very confident now. With Nash out, they've got a real good chance of keeping their score low. Run Whisperers in a spot of bother, losing one of their biggest players. But we see, just looking there at the replay to Nash, opting to go for it. Oh, brilliant by Hugh, getting a bit of turn and hitting middle and leg. Definitely coach and coach here against each other in that previous ball. And Hugh getting the upper hand. Only his second ball to Nash and immediately got that wicket. Still well played by Nash. Maybe a bit underscoring. Here we see the side-on view from Nash. Oh, maybe too early on it as well. Didn't wait for that. And just clipping that off leg stump did here. Well bowled. We see the very, very dangerous Wessel Myburg now coming to the wicket for Run Whisperers. A great performer in previous seasons of the Nedbank Desert Ice Challenge. And yes, a bit of pressure on his shoulders. Run Whisperers just trying to pick up the run rate there and then losing the wicket. Gio probably now a lot of adrenaline pumping through his body with that last wicket. And almost similar delivery that is bowled to Nash in the last ball. Oh, Gio doing very well. Floating the ball to Vesey, asking Vesey to go over the top. And Vesey just saying, listen, I'm not going to go too wild whacker at the beginning. Always a bit of nerves on your first run and so forth. And Vesey is off the mark, just working that to the leg side. Gio just sliding that one a bit, maybe too leggish. And that is halfway for CCD Tigers in the overs. 10 overs gone, 53 for the loss of 2 now. Current run rate close to 5.5. Run Whisperers will have to pick up from here and see if they can get as close as possible to that 140, 130. That looks a long way away now for Whusperers. But second sessions for most teams have gone really well. Vesey playing a very flat bad shot there. And the Sud almost opting there to go for another single. Vesey just calling him back immediately. Whusperers maybe need to be a bit careful on a bit of questioning between the wickets. They don't want to lose another wicket and put pressure more onto incoming batsmen. Nice straight shot there by Sud. Assad really playing a very good pillar position here, especially when he was batting with Nash. Now probably going to fulfill that shoes again here between the partnership of Vesey and himself. Really good bowling there by Tanyanda. Also a player from last year's season, Junior Tanyanda. And Vesey picks that up early. Maybe a bit too short there by Junior. And that is put away by Vesey for 6. Great shot. Junior maybe needs to have a look at what Gio did. Bowling very full, looping the ball, taking a lot of pace off so you can get turn. Quick spin bowling, not getting any grip on this pitch. And as I said that, immediately taking the wicket of Vesey, bowling off stump, out of the ground. Ball gripping in the flight. And yes, dangerous living here for the Whusperers, now losing their 3rd wicket. Both of their danger play batters not getting off the mark. Oh, brilliant bowling by Junior. That ball turning almost half the length of the pitch. What great bowling. Vessel will definitely feel a bit hard done by that. A lot of turn in that ball of side angle now, showing us the turn maybe a bit more. Vesey just pushing at that. Maybe could have stayed back and played a late cut on that. But yes, ball turning very much into him there. Not giving him any option. And I must say, great bowling here between Gio and Junior Tanyanda at the moment. Both of the off-spinners giving the ball a lot of flight. And just as I mentioned, taking off the speed, giving the bowlers some turn. Aubrey Wilbrolder now to the wicket for Whusperers. A youngster, well, I can hardly call him a youngster. He's been playing in a few seasons of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. Aubrey, a student from Windhoek Afrikaans Privaat School, and also a first-team player and a Prem player. Immediately saw what I just mentioned. Just opting to go on the back foot, trying to read the spin. So Aubrey doing well in reading conditions and seeing what happened in the last wicket. A bit of pressure on Whusperers now. If there was not enough when they finished the 10 over, definitely there is no high. Normally in circumstances, you can double the score after 12 overs in T20 format. So Whusperers still with a lot of wickets in hand. And with Aubrey in the wicket, also a very good batter and aggressive, they can definitely still reach that mark of 130, 140. But all the work here to be done by Whusperers and CCD cruising with their bowling. Potty, actually one of the commentators and captain for the CCD Tigers, been sitting next to me watching a few games, and I think he has read the conditions brilliantly. And the finger is up. Hugh in his second over, taking another wicket, and this is very bad for the Whusperers, now losing their 4th wicket. And Pillar, Asad Abbas, need I say more, one of the best tactical batters, unfortunately misreading that one, and as shown in the replay, hitting really low on the back pad. Normally not a good indication for any batsman. Yes, umpire not even hesitating there, calling that one immediately up. Another very experienced batsman coming to the wicket for the Whusperers, Nicky Bays. Also one of the senior players for Namibia. And I think late in the year also going on tour with the two of them, for the senior squad to go and play in West Indies. Namibia has a very strong over 40 crowd of cricket players, and still of them playing Prem and First Division cricket. All of them probably now training very hard for the upcoming tour that is later the year. We see now Gio going again into the attack. That one just a bit wide and a late cut. Will they go through for 2? Yes. Very well played there by Nicky. Playing that very fine. Nicky off the mark. A bit of a shout there from the side by Nash to Nicky, telling me you'll have to make wheels. Nicky, very senior player. Maybe not that quick between the wickets. Oh, good front foot play there by Nicky. Not giving the bowler anything, and umpire not going to have a look at that because as Gio is getting a lot of turn, probably not interested in any of that. Gio doing very, very well in all of his bowling spells. Floating ball nicely and just hitting that line and length where it is peculiar. You're going to get some turn and just putting the batsman's mind into, or putting the batsman in two minds. Will I go for the big shot or while just playing the safe one? Brilliant over here by Gio. Ending it with 4 dot balls and collecting 2 of his own fielding sessions there. I must say, Gio doing very, very well. And Junior Tayanda probably going to come into the attack again. Potty, captain there from CCD Tigers, just talking to Quincy there in the deep, just having a word between the two. And maybe that's just showcasing good captaincy skills again. Vice captain and captain always in communication on the field, you know, kind of intertwining and just dealing what they've seen on the field, pitch conditions, and again, most likely just talking to each other. They're saying, listen, spin is working. We need to keep this up. Junior now bowling his second ball. Oh, just through the hands of the fielder there. Couldn't be collected. That was on a silver platter to be taken. Fielder making a mess of that. Also one of the senior players, Priester, just maybe late on seeing that through the air or not reading the length correctly, but completely going through the hands. Could have been the fifth wicket there for CCD Tigers. Oh, just looking back at the replay, this could have been very dangerous. Aubrey, apologies. Nicky Bay is playing that a lot in front of his pad, just picking it up and Ron Whusperers finding it difficult to get the runs. Current run rate just 5.3 after the 13th over. And they take a quick single. Looks like batting is very difficult out there. I hope Nash is looking at the conditions here from U-Track Ron Whusperers. Seeing that Junior Tayanda and Gio is doing so well with the ball in hand. Potty is probably feeling very confident with the score on the board. Keeping things very limited for the Run Whusperers, and Potty, captain of the CCD Tigers, will feel in a commanding position at this stage, seeing that there's only 7 overs left, and even with 8 or 7 per over from here on in, would only take the score maybe up to 130, and I would feel that CCD Tigers is in the commanding position and feeling very confident chasing that down. Another spinner into the attack. Priester. Seeing that spinner's working so well, I can only understand why Potty would choose to bowl another spinner. And especially off-spin. Off-spin has done really well, especially yesterday, and we've seen it now from Gio and from Junior. Flighting that ball nicely. That is a very good length there by Priester, putting everything on the spell for the batsman to hit, and then Potty now with a short cover and a short mid-off, just trying to close down those singles as well. Great flight there again, but put in the gap by Aubrey Oberholzer. 4 runs on the board, much needed runs now coming for the Run Whusperers. I think that's the second boundary for Aubrey, and much needed runs. Priester just maybe giving too much in the flight and placing the ball in the same position as the first ball. A lot of pace variation required on this pace. And then bowling a full toss. Will that be in the gap? Fielder trying to get there, and that runs for 4 runs. This is very good for the Run Whusperers. 2 consecutive boundaries now. Aubrey already picking up a couple here. Aubrey now 11 of 8. For Run Whusperers, this would be a key position. He needs to stand and do this the whole time for them now to get to that 140, 150 competitive score. And a lot of seniorship shown there by Aubrey. Just a nice straight drive in between the fielders, and they run through for a single. Cool head shown by Aubrey, also one of the students from National Shire. So again, Nikki working that nicely to the onside, and they go through for a single. Nikki, normally not a very aggressive player, but looking that there's still a few wickets in hand, probably will have to go for it here in the last 5 overs. He will have to chase and... brilliant fielding there by Jakes Kukamu, putting in the dive, collecting that with one hand. Definitely putting the pressure there, and no single taken. Jakes just stretching out a few things there after that diving stop. Oh, is that Gio? Sorry, apologies. The young player, Gio, putting his body on the line. Everything happening for the youngster. Great fielding there by him.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Change of bowling for CCD. Julio now coming into attack. Full toss. Nikki maybe miss-hitting that one a bit. Half a chance there for the bowler to collect that. Dangerous living here for Whusperers. 80 for the loss of 4 after 14.1. Run rate still under 6. Aubrey will possibly look to... and well placed into the gap by Aubrey there. Will the fielders be cutting that off? Yes, and they get to it. Only 2 runs from that. Great running between the youngster and the senior player there in the field. Almost a chance for going 4 there. Aubrey maybe not timing that as well as he would have liked. But stroke play here working well. And Aubrey just not doing anything special, just playing normal shots and getting the runs for that. So Aubrey very late on that cut shot. Ball just sliding by. Maybe a quicker delivery there by Julio. Aubrey opting for a big shot again. That is straight to the fielder. They'll get the single. Aubrey now looking to force things straight. And will that go for 4 runs? No, just another single. Well collected in the deep there by Potty. Field setting here by CCD Tigers looking really good. U-Track Nelsnell, Run Whisperers team Picking up their strike rate now, but still under 6. And it seems like the pitch is playing very difficult. Nicky Bass and Aubrey have a quick chat there. Only 5 overs left. They will now have to see if they can pick this run rate up and see if they can clear a few boundaries. Short ball there to Nicky Bass, and he immediately picks it up, putting that over the ropes. And just as I said, they will need to clear a few boundaries from here on in. Priester bowling way too short on that one. Normally very good with his line and length, just maybe not reading that pitch properly and trying to get more spin of it. Nicky showing class there. We know this man can bat. He's a very formidable batsman. Oh, and picking that up again. Will that go over the boundary? Yes, another 6. 2 consecutive 6s by Nicky Bass. Well done, sir. And that is exactly what the run Whusperers required. 12 runs from the first 2 balls in this over. A lot of pressure now on Priester. Bowler for the Crazy Monkey 24/7 CCD Tigers now. Oh, and Nicky picks up the short ball again. Will that go 6? No, just landing in front of the ropes, running for 4 runs. 3 boundaries from the first 3 balls. Captain from the run Whusperers, National Shire, will probably, or Aubrey Wilberall's apologies, on field now with Nicky. Probably smiling, feeling a bit of the tension relaxing and taken off. They're just now above 6 per over, 6.45, the current run rate for the run Whusperers. If they can keep this up, they can get to that maybe elusive 8 runs per over. And Nicky again getting the short ball, well stopped in the deep there by the fielder, making really good ground and getting to that. Another boundary was lurking. Nicky now attacking each ball. Bit of loose bowling here by Priester. Not really getting to the lengths that we've seen bowled by Gio and Junior Tianda. Aubrey playing a beautiful straight drive, unfortunately directly to the fielder in the deep potty. Aubrey picking that down wild. Will it go for 6? This is way too short by the bowler, and another 6. Great over here for run Whusperers. 6-6-4, 2 singles and another 6. That is brilliant. Again, the 2 batsmen just meeting each other there in the middle. Probably exactly what their discussions was. Let's attack the bowlers now. We do have a few batsmen still in the dugout. And as I say that, it seems like they're going to bring back Junior Tianda into the spell again. Will he be bowling his last over? Or is Priester going for a couple? 34 runs of 2 overs. Unfortunately, not finding his line and lengths today. Again, spin definitely working on the pitch, but you'll need to hit those lengths and play with your variation of speed. Just floating the ball in each time and giving the batsman too much time to play a shot or think about what he's going to do. is maybe not the best strategy. Apologies. Shikongu coming in for a bowl again. Probably going to use Gio Jr. and Shikongu now as much as possible with the brilliant bowling figures that they do have. Quicker ball, just as I say that. Shikongu immediately variation of pace. And will be interesting to see what he does with the next ball or few coming up. And then flying that one. Aubrey opting to go over the head of Potty. Will that go for 4? No, just stopped. Ball just completely running out of speed when it hits the outfield. Aubrey a bit miscuing that, and you can see intention now by the two batsmen. They will be looking to go over the top. And Aubrey going for a big shot again. Will that be caught in the deep? No. Well collected just before the boundary there by Gio Haasbroek, just getting to that. Doing really well in the field today, Gio, and with the ball. Having a spectacular diving stop and taking wickets. Again, too short there. Nikki, sorry. Just not jumping on that early enough. I must say, Shikongu just playing with the pace there, not giving the batsman any time to think about pulling that squarer. Nice crack of the bat. Will they be turning for 2? Yes, Nikki running to the dangerous end, but easy 2 there for them. Still finding it difficult to get Shikongu away. 6 runs off the over. Aubrey trying to work that one a lot more square. Again, Shikongu variation of pace, brilliant. And just cramping Aubrey, they're not giving him anything to swing at. But they still go through for a single. Nice strike rotation between the two batsmen. Nikki now on 31 of 16. Definitely one of the standout batsmen for the Whusperers. And Aubrey 22 of 20. Almost roles reversed here. Aubrey normally very, very aggressive. But now has to steady the ship, or had to steady the ship after a few quick wickets lost by Whusperers. Quincy there in the middle, trying to see where they're going to put fielders. Him and Potty in communication, constant communication on the field. Just a word between the two again. Three overs left in the innings for Whusperers. Can they get 10 from here per over and just shoot that score up to 145, possibly, maybe, if they can, reach 150, which gives them something to defend. Slow medium pace, Stefan coming into the attack again. Taking that, he bowled really well in his 2 overs. Still just conceding 8 runs now in his 2.1 overs. Extra still way too much. And there we see that another wide, just sliding down that very wide offside. Umpire now signaling 2 wides consecutive. Steven maybe feeling a bit of pressure here, bowling 2 batsmen that you can almost say is now in a good flow. And Aubrey there with a big shot, full toss by Stefan. And that is a ginormous 6. Can replay. A huge 6, almost pitching onto the United bowling track, just landing short of the picket fence. What a shot by Aubrey. Exactly what the run Whusperers need. Was that half a chance? Or was that just played hard into the deck by Aubrey? Not maybe doing the most of that full toss. Yes, playing a shot, almost a second practice shot there. Knew that he had to play that nice off drive, very wide cut drive, if you can call it that. Yes, just losing out on that one. Big shot by Nicky. Ball flying to the boundary again. Run Whusperers captain and vice captain now very happy with the runs being scored. Let's have a look at the replay here from Nicky picking that up and a full swing of the bat. Again 2 sixes in his over. Can they get another one? Nicky showing the full bat face, driving that just past the diving potty. Collected in the deep by Gio Hasbrook and then thrown in. Just a single of that one. Great over here for the Run Whusperers. 15 offered thus far with 2 balls still remaining. Big over here. Probably captain from CCD Tigers feeling a bit that they're losing the tension here. Big swing by Aubrey, but that one just staying a bit low. We might see a bit more of this in the second innings. Pitch conditions probably deteriorating a bit. Cracks opening. And yes, with the sun now beating down on it, those cracks will be showing. And the quick bowlers from Run Whusperers now thinking, we've got something to bowl at. Aubrey trying to go over the top. Will that be going over the... brilliant fielding in the deep by Hugh again. Stopping the surely boundary and maybe hitting him on the head. Still doing really well. I must say, Hugh Hasbrook, the youngster, doing really well. That look for all of the money, that looked like 4 runs. And... cut down in the deep by the fielder. Run Whusperers probably smiling a bit more now in the dugout. 103 for the loss of 4 after 18. 2 overs still left. They can now really look at scoring 150, and even if there's another over like that, reach that infamous and a lurking 160, and will definitely be something to defend. Current run rate 7.39. Aubrey 31 of 24. Nicky base on 38, just of 18. Nicky showing class today. Shukongo bowling a nice slider there for the first ball. Nicky not picking up on the extra pace and just playing that cut shot a bit late. Nicky opts for the big swing. Will that go all the way? Yes. Not many of that seen in the tournament this far. A big 6 going to the northern end side screen, and yes, a very confident shot there by Nicky. Nicky now on 44, just of 20 above 200 strike rate. Again, Nikki going over the top. Will that run for 4 runs? Oh, ball just settles down. Fielder will definitely come in and cut that off. Another 2 runs. 8 of the over so far. Much needed, yeah, much needed. Nikki playing a pivotal role here for the Run Whisperers. 141 on the board. Oh, and just a slight flick there by Nikki. Ball running all the way to the boundary. Quick ball there by Shikongu, maybe just sliding too leggish. And Nikki doing his best there. 50 up for Nikki base. 50 of 22. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. An innings really required for the Run Whisperers. And another short ball by Shikongu. Will that be fielded in the deep? Yeah, directly to the fielder. They only go through for a single. Nikki now hitting every ball as sweet as you can get. Single of the last ball there for the Run Whisperers. 1 over remaining.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
One over remaining. Run Whisperers, batsman in the middle, doing really well. Enforcing that run rate. Now up to 7.74. Can they get another big over and push that just above 8? Nikki Base and Aubrey doing a brilliant job for the Run Whisperers. Partnership now of close to 80 runs between the two. Big shout out to our main sponsors and affiliated sponsors. Netbank, Pay Today, Cricket Namibia, Nambat Doc, UNAM, Afrideca, and Synergy, our broadcasting partner. CCD Tigers opting to bowl one of their best bowlers, Whusperers, for the last over. And that is going all the way again. Yes, another great pickup there by Aubrey Whusperers. Maybe too short by Gio, and that flies all the way for 6. This is exactly what the Run Whisperers were hoping for in the last over. Run Whisperers early in a spot of bother, doing really well in the latter stages of the game to bring that run rate. And again, just as I said that, Aubrey going for another big shot straight. And it runs all the way for 4, nearly getting to the boundary line. 10 already off the over from 3 balls. A lot of pressure here on the death bowlers. Aubrey just moving away again, putting the full blade to that. Are they going to go for 2? No. Well collected in the deep by the fielder. Nicky Bays again just pulling out of that. Maybe a bit of sweat running down the helmet. You just need to clear it there. And is that in the gap by Nicky? Yes, and it's going to run for 4 runs. The senior player now putting his hand up. Nicky just hitting boundaries left, right, and center. And Aubrey obviously helping him out. 55 now for Nicky. Is that 59? 55 of 24. Nicky doing the job here for the Run Whisperers. 162 runs on the board for Run Whisperers. And Nicky going for a big swing. Will that cover? The senior man is doing his job, and that flies all the way for 6. What an innings recovery here by Run Whisperers. In a bit of bother there, a bit of trouble at the beginning of the innings, and then Aubrey and Nicky just connecting like gold. Putting up 168 for the loss of 4. Run Whisperers putting up a very competitive score. CCD Tigers will have their work cut out in the second innings. For all our viewers and social media and YouTube viewers tuning in, please reconnect with us in the second innings. Looking forward to what CCD Tigers can do with the bat.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers? Easy.
Split the lunch bill? Easy.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Finger is up. Hugh any second over taking another wicket, and this is very bad for the Whusperers, now losing their 4th wicket. And Pilla, Asad Abbas, neat, I say more, one of the best tactical batters, unfortunately misreading that one, and as shown in the replay, hitting really low on the back pad, normally not a good indication for any batsman. Yes, umpire not even hesitating there, calling that one immediately up. Another very experienced batsman coming to the wicket for the Whusperers, Nicky Bays. Also one of the senior players for Namibia. And I think late in the year also going on tour with the SUD, the 2 of them, for the senior squad to go and play in West Indies. Namibia has a very strong over 40 crowd of cricket players, and still of them playing Prem and First Division cricket. All of them probably now training very hard for the upcoming tour that is later the year. We see now Gio going late cut. Will they go through for 2? Yes. Very well played there by Nicky. Nicky off the mark. A bit of a shout there from the side by Nash to Nicky, telling me you'll have to make wheels. Nicky, very senior player, maybe not that quick between the wickets. Oh, good front foot play there by Nicky, not giving the bowler anything, and umpire not gonna have a look at that because as Hugh is getting a lot of turn, probably not interested in any of that. Hugh doing very well in all of his bowling spells. Floating ball nicely and just hitting that line and length where it is peculiar. You're gonna get some turn and just putting the batsman's mind into, or putting the batsman in 2 minds. Will I go for the big shot or while just playing the safe one? Brilliant over here by Gio, ending it with 4 dot balls and collecting 2 of his own fielding sessions there. I must say, Gio doing very well, and Junior Tayanda probably gonna come into the attack again. Potty, captain there from CCD Tigers, just talking to Quincy there in the deep, just having a word between the two. And maybe that's just showcasing good captaincy skills again. Vice captain and captain always in communication on the field. Kind of intertwining and just dealing what they've seen on the field, pitch conditions, and again, most likely, just talking to each other. They're saying, "Listen, spin is working. We need to keep this up." Junior now bowling his second ball. Oh, just hands of the fielder there. Couldn't be collected. That was on a silver platter to be taken. Fielder making a mess of that. Also one of the senior players, Priester, just maybe late on seeing that through the air or not reading the length correctly, but completely going through his hands. Could have been the fifth wicket there for CCD Tigers. Just looking back at the replay, this could have been very dangerous. Aubrey, apologies, Nicky Bay is playing that a lot in front of his pad, just picking it up and Whusperers finding it difficult to get the runs. Current run rate just 5.3 after the 13th over, and they take a quick single. Looks like batting is very difficult out there. I hope Nash is looking at the conditions here from U-Track Run Whisperers. Seeing that Junior Tayanda and Gio is doing so well with the ball in hand. Potty is probably feeling very confident with the score on the board. Things very limited for the Run Whisperers, and Potty, captain of the CCD Tigers, will feel in a commanding position at this stage, seeing that there's only 7 overs left, and even with 8 or 7 per over from here on in, would only take the score maybe up to 130, and I would feel that CCD Tigers is in the commanding position and feeling very confident chasing that down. Another spinner into the attack. Priester. Seeing that spinner's working so well, I can only understand why Potty would choose to bowl another spinner. And especially off-spin. Off-spin has done really well, especially yesterday, and well, we've seen it now from Gio and from Junior. Flighting that ball nicely. That is a very good length there by Priester, putting everything on the spell for the batsman to hit, and then Potty now with a short cover and a short mid-off, just trying to close down those singles as well. Great flight there again, but put in the gap by Aubrey Whusperers. 4 runs on the board, much needed runs now coming for the run Whusperers. I think that's the second boundary for Aubrey, and much needed runs. Priester just maybe giving too much in the flight and placing the ball in the same position as the first ball. A lot of pace variation required on this pace, and then bowling a full toss. Will that be in the gap? Fielder trying to get there, and that runs for 4 runs. This is very good for the run Whusperers. 2 consecutive boundaries now. Aubrey already picking up a couple here. Aubrey now 11 of 8. For run Whusperers, this would be a key position. He needs to stand and do this the whole time for them now to get to that 140-150 competitive score. And a lot of seniorship shown there by Aubrey. Just a nice straight drive in between the fielders, and they run through for a single. Cool head shown by Aubrey, also one of the students from National Shire. So again, Mickey working that nicely to the onside, and they go through for a single. Mickey, normally not a very aggressive player, but looking at this, a few wickets in hand, probably will have to go for it here in the last 5 overs. He will have to chase and
Welcome everyone, we are back live. Run Whisperers scoring 186 runs for the loss of 4 and they allowed 20 overs. Like mentioned, they were in a bit of trouble at the start, losing those 4 wickets, and then the senior guy just sticking up his hand, Nicky Bass, scoring 61 of 25. And partnering up with Aubrey Wilbur also 43 for 29. The two really put something on the scoreboard for the Run Whisperers. This is what we want to see. Some nice sixes flying, a lot of boundaries already hit. And yes, all the work to be done by CCD Tigers now. Definitely not impossible. We have seen a few scores in excess of this, and the Green Mambas yesterday scoring 108 of just 7.6 or 7.2 overs or 7.3 overs, really doing well. So pitch conditions definitely now in favor of batters. And yes, Run Whisperers will need to check their line and length if they want to defend that score. A lot of quick bowlers there in their team. And yes, wicket looking brilliant today. We see players and batsmen now taking the field. Already Aubrey showing his hand there, putting out his field. A lot of instructions going on at the moment. It seems like it is Priester, one of the openings batsmen today. Might be a tactical idea here, to put in 2 batsmen just to see if they can take the shine off the new ball. And yes, then bring in the killer batsman, if I want to call it that, a bit later. Must say these yellow and black kits from the Run Whisperers really look great on the field. Kits looking professional. Colors are matching, and really good work also done by our clothing suppliers. Bit of chat on the pitch there between Aubrey and still his fielder setting out. He's got the very experienced Wessel Myburg standing there with him, also helping, just giving him a word in the ear, and then bit of chatting going on. We see one of the batsmen just quickly leaving the field for some reason. Could be that there was some niggle or just the bathroom calling. Brilliant side views and camera action here shown by the Synergy Group, our broadcasting partner, giving us all the angles of those nice sixes and wickets falling. Seems like we're almost getting proceedings to start. Batsman back on the field. And the first wicket flies. Priester not reading the line of that and going for a golden duck. First ball delivery wicket. Yo. Interesting things. Stumps flying all over. Replay coming up of that, and just have a look at that. Oh, brilliant bowling. Priester playing totally across the
first
line,
wicket fly.
not using his feet and going for a straight drive. Side on, just at the wrong side at the moment. And was that a no ball?
And the first wicket
Could that
fly.
be called a no ball? Oh, very close. Umpire not seeing that, but still great bowling by Nash. Just looking at the side view here. Oh, and Priester just not reading the line, playing across it. Can we maybe get a side view of that, of the bowler just releasing the ball on that over? It would be interesting to see if that was a no ball. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a side view. It's a side view at the bowler's end when he basically steps on the line. You had it in the first shot there, but it's fine. If we can't have a look at it now, we'll look at it later on. It's fine. No props. Nash coming in again. Oh, great carry there. Ball coming almost shoulder height past the batsman. That is brilliant. Nash, like we said, a bit of the quicker bowlers. Definitely getting more whip out of this pitch. Very well kept out there by Shikongu. Also a very good batsman. Likes to work the ball and also strong in his offside drive area. A bit of a battle here now between the two. Nash definitely feeling a lot that he's now. Just have a look at this. And a very short ball. Will that be called a second one for the over? No. And Nash doing the most of the ball, definitely intimidating the batsman. Really left there at the end. Could easily have tempted the batsman to go for that one and try and pull it. So yes, clever just to leave that as they've lost one wicket. CCD Tigers now 5 for the loss of 1. Just losing that one quick wicket. And Priester, unfortunately, not having it the best of days with the ball and the bat.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
Welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen, players, officials, everyone tuned in on our live feeds and on the NTV channel 285. This is the second innings of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League clash between U-Track, Webfleet, Whusperers and CCD Tigers, sponsored by Crazy Monkey and 24/7 MR. Already we see a lot of runs from the Blatt from the. Oh! Oh, and that is, as I called it, very close to a no ball. Oh, going big there, just over the covers. Will that run for 4? Ball very, very slow after hitting the outfield. And they go through for 2. Good running there by Jaden and Chikongo. These are 2 quick lads between the wickets. They will definitely try and see if they can steal a single or 2 here and there. 161 now required of 18.4. We see Karaf Singh into the attack. Oh, brilliant. The young lad getting some leg spin on that. Doing really well. Just past the outside edge there of Chikongo. And again, Chikongo going for the high one. Will they get under it? Unfortunately, Assad could not cover the ground. Very, very difficult option there or chance there for Assad. Chikongo not standing around and gonna wait for it. He's definitely looking like he's gonna go after each ball. Karaf doing well, flighting it nicely, and just maybe skidding a bit off the bat's blade, and half a chance go bigging. And again across the line, big whack to the cow corner region. Chikongo picks up Karaf and hits a beautiful 6. We saw this in the innings of the Run Whusperers. Exactly almost a carbon copy of what happened. First 2 overs going for close to 18, 20 runs. And both teams, losing early wickets. We'll have to see what CCD Tigers does from here on. Will they still be attacking, especially in this power play? Remember, power play up to the 6th over, and every team will always try and, capitalize on runs or scoring boundary runs in those first 5-6 overs. A very contradicting innings, actually, by the Run Whusperers, with Nicky Bays attacking the middle overs and blasting in the last 2-3 overs to get that score up to 168. So, yes, youngster now, it looks like Ned Webster coming into the attack for Run Whusperers. Also, a very quick and, skiddy bowler. He can sometimes trap you, especially with the short ball. He's got a very, very good short ball. Seems like there was a bit of confusion out there. Change of over is there. As I also have it, there was 1 ball left in that over. Just a bit of miscommunication. Karaf still need to bowl the last one. Seeing his ball fly over the rope in the previous delivery to Chikongo. Just a bit of pressure there on the Run Whusperers bowlers. Very short by Karaf, but luckily getting away with that. Chikongo not cutting that very late as such as well. So we have seen that anything off the back foot cut shots, the batsmen tend to miscue it or mistime it. It just maybe something in the pitch. Now and then the ball skids or it sits up. So definitely playing it almost from the bounce or getting to the bounce of the ball
is the better option. Again, that didn't bother Nicky in his innings. He basically hit the ball everywhere on the park, even if it's short or full. CCD Tigers, 16 for the loss of 1 after the 2 overs. And now, yes, as I said, Ned Webster coming into the attack. Ned there with his second ball. Dot. Ned doing really well. 2 dots in a row. Youngster got some pace, and the last ball just seems to sit down a bit, not getting that elevation as Nash did from that side. Ned maybe bowling a better line and length, I would say, and maybe hitting a dead spot. That is brilliant bowling by Ned. Just not too wide outside that off stump, not giving the batsman all of the time to free his arms, but still not giving him enough space to pull that rather than opting and playing a straight cut. And 2 fielders out there for the Whusperers. Definitely not an easy place to score, but you'll need to hit it clean and sweet. And as I said, that Ned bowls too short. And that goes all the way for a 6. Brilliant shot there by Shikongu. You need to hit that offside length or off stump and get as full as possible. Short deliveries are going out of the park. Shikongu now going along really good. 16 of 9. This is definitely a strategic matter that I said. And swiping that one through the covers did Shikongu. Maybe too wide, and again just too full there by Ned. And a brilliant drive shot there. Not really a very technical drive, but still putting all the power into that shot. And Shikongu getting another boundary. Doing really well now, 20 of 10. And like I said, this game is what we call in it to win it. Both teams here has got a chance. It does not look like the pitch is playing difficult. So getting to that 160, only 142 now of the allowed 17.1 left is not that difficult. And CCD Tigers are managing that required strike rate really well. Current run rate 9.53, required only 8.27, so really doing well. And Ben goes again. Is it in the air? And the wicket goes. Maybe a bit too optimistic there by Shikongu to go for another boundary, miscuing that. Ball probably just sit up again, and Ned bowling that length that we are talking about, where you basically get the ball in the right area for the player to go over the top, but the ball just reacts differently from the pitch, and immediately we see the effect. Here we see a replay of it now, and a big swing there by Shikongu, but unfortunately, like mentioned, the ball just doing some late swing and a bit something off the pitch. And an easy catch there taken by the very experienced, is that Vesey? Yes, Wessel Myburg taking the catch. Brilliant. Exactly what the Whusperers required, just to steady the ship again. CCD Tigers also now a bit in trouble, losing their second wicket and still 142 runs to be scored. I must say, a lot of seesaw and up and down in the last few games. One match that we see that was so convincingly won by the Green Mambas against the Unam Zebras. Completely opposite of what we have seen in the other games. So Run Whusperers now just trying to see if they can get the experience of Nicky Pace. He's been already outstanding with the bat. Is he going to try and shine? Maybe his day. So will he shine with the ball as well? And I think Nicky with the experience now also time to see what the ball is doing. And already what's been happening with Karif and Ned especially. He knows that line and length is very, very important. Nash opting there for almost a silly position opposite of the mid-wicket region with Assad and Ned standing very close to the batter's end and a very offside field back here. Statistically, I think, or strategically, I think this is exactly what Keith did the previous weekend. They're going to try and cut down on the singles. The boundaries still might come, but they're not going to give them those singles now. They're going to try and chase it down and, bar them that they need to go over the top. And immediately we see double step down the field. Will Nash get to that? No, it's just going to fall short of him. They still go through for two runs. Really good ground covered there by Nash. Looked like a chance for a few seconds, but definitely he couldn't make up that tactic working at the moment and forcing the batsman almost to say, listen, you need to take it on, make a decision, either you go. And exactly what Nash was doing, bowling outside that off, they don't mind the singles. Singles is not going to win this game. Junior Tayanda now at the wicket, still to face his first ball. Outstanding batsman from the previous season, playing for Critchen and the winners of last season's cup. So a lot of expectation on this batsman. And immediately, Junior show us his class, picking that up and flying all the way for 6, working that around the legs. So Junior is very quick on any short ball. And if something is on the middle stump, he will still hit it with a cross bat. Very unorthodox player and going to trouble any bowler to settle in and find his line and length. You would be very intimidated to bowl to him because, like I said, so unorthodox that a very flashy and not very stylish, but very elaborate batter. Nicky doing well there after that 6, just to get a dot ball. And as I said that, Junior Tayanda opens that blade and plays a brilliant on drive over the inner circle, flying all the way. This is definitely not good for the Run Whusperers. 2 6s in the over, that's just maybe taking off that early scoreboard pressure from the CCD Tigers, and that they say, listen, let's make this easier in the first 10 overs. And if we do get a fall of 1 or 2 wickets, the last 10 overs are not that difficult to get the runs. We have seen in many a case the previous matches. If the run rate is anywhere close above that 9-10 in the last 10 overs, teams are not getting on par with that and struggling, and then basically losing too many wickets because of that required run rate, and then falling well short of the required score. We see now Nash coming into the attack again, probably because he's got a bit of pace. Want to try and bother Jaden and Junior Tayanda. He'll have to be careful to Tayanda. Tayanda is well known to pace. A lot of quick bowlers at the coast, and I think he's now stationed actually in the central region, maybe Bantuk. So yes, but he is up for any pace. Misread there by the fielder in the deep. That was definitely a chance on the board. Nash putting a short one. Jaden trying to pull that to the cow corner, mid-on region. A bit of a top edge. Ball flying very high, and then fielder totally making a mess of that, and totally running in way too much on the cover of that ball. This is going to be an interesting battle here. Nash, quick bowler, up against Junior Tayanda, one of the best batsmen of last year's season. Let's see what's happening. And then he tried to hook it away. Is Vesey going to get under that? And a brilliant catch, but unfortunately fumbled. Jeez, Vesey making all the ground to that. Another option and another just half chance. Go a begging. 2 catches now on 1 over dropped. Junior Tayanda getting lucky there. Battle, as you can almost say, won by Nash. And Junior looking that he's going to go after everything. Great line and length there by Nash. Jaden just keeping that out, just whipping back. We look at the replay. Vesey making miles of ground. Maybe should have left it to the experienced Asad Abbas, who was there on the boundary. Always, if your keeper can take a catch, you would always like that to be the first option. But on that scenario, Vesey had to make so much ground. Great shot there by Jaden. Driving that straight back at the bowler. Crisp, clean sound of the bat, and that flew straight past the mid-on, mid-off, going for 4 runs. Again, too short there by Nash. Just a bit maybe onto the leg stump. Immediately pulled by Jaden, and he's looking in form. Hitting now 2 boundaries of that pace is great batting by Jaden. Jaden pulling the trigger there. Must be that he's seeing the ball quite well, and there's not much in it, so I don't think there's a lot of movement. And pace not working for the Run Whusperers.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order. And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Expensive over there by Nash. 10 coming off it. Required rate 7.8, still not too difficult. I mean, in this kind of format, but looking at the current run rate of 10.4, CCD is cruising along and not putting themselves under any pressure. 52 for the loss of 2. We now see the very experienced, very experienced spinner Asad Abbas coming into the attack. Also not the most orthodox kind of action. And is that in the air? Will that be flying? Oh, half a chance again. Tayanda miscuing that completely. And like I mentioned, the spin sitting up or the flight totally not getting to the batsman and misreading that. Already half a chance for Asad. Bit of a fumble there on the rope. Almost a mistake. CCD just going through for the single. Whusperers needs a wicket dearly. Somehow they need to scratch and get something out of this kind of last power play session. After this, Nash will probably go with the same strategy, pulling out all the fielders, putting them on the boundary and see if they can just cut on those boundaries. Was that a no ball? Will it go to the boundary? Yes. Big slash there by Junior Tayanda. Maybe getting lucky on that. That ball going very high. Fortunately into the gap. And Asad just losing a bit of grip on that ball. And costing him a 4. CCD Tigers won't mind any of those. So they will be hoping for more slips. Almost as if the Whusperers has gone a bit quiet in the outfield. I think they just need to back themselves and talk a bit more. Tayanda again going for a big slash at that ball. And almost just missing the stumps there. A brilliant field placement. That's what we want to see Asad. Bowling more to his field and using the ball. Flight it nicely and make the batsman think a bit about speed and flight. And there goes the big shot. Will that be a chance? And the catch is taken in the deep by Wessel Myburg. Oh, not Wessel Myburg. And the catch is taken in the deep by Wessel Myburg. Well done, Wessie. I think he's taken 2 catches now. Exactly what I just said. Whusperers dearly need a wicket. And as I say that, they lose, the CCD Tigers lose a very big wicket. Junior Tayanda has to go back to the dugout. Going across the line, I don't know why they go that risky. Just paddle it. The run rate that they're at is a great one. Just that replay showing us that great catching action and technique there from Wessel Myburg. Doing really well. Showcasing a bit of catching to the youngsters not getting up to the task and the half chances that were there earlier. The power play definitely going in favor of the Whusperers. Taking 3 wickets in that allowed 6 overs for the power play. So not in too much trouble, the CCD Tigers as yet. Easy, I would say, required run rate still just below 8, 7.93. And with the batsmen still to come in, a bit of clever batting definitely required. They don't need to go for all these big shots in the middle overs. Getting 6 of each over from Yon in, just maybe a bit more, clever approach to the required score. 111 from 84 balls is not that daunting task. Replacing Junior Tayanda at the crease is Gio Haasbroek. Also bowled really well and just a bit expensive in his last over. So Nash and Aubrey just deciding they're gonna swap around the spinners. So Karaf now coming from the southern end, and immediately maybe a bit too short. Way too easy there for Jaden. Had all the time in the world to cut that one. Maybe feel that he didn't fully take advantage of that very short ball. Conditions still great here. A bit of wind now picking up. But as we've seen yesterday, the same conditions as if the sun is out. It's nice and warm in the middle. Pitch is not doing too much, and the dryness definitely in favor of the spinners. Gio opting to play the safe shot there, just going using his feet well and playing a very forward defensive shot. Again playing the same shot, but just pitching outside the line. So very difficult for the umpire to call those if the batsman puts in a very good stride. And CCD Tigers just need to be careful here. They don't need to do too flashy stuff with the bat, but they still need to rotate that strike, try and see if they can get those singles going. And bit of a better intent there by Gio, just going through with the shot. And like I previously mentioned, that's what you want to see in this kind of format. Hardly blocking the ball you ever see. So always try and finish your stroke and go through the line of the ball. Batsman running through there for a single. Things very calm there in the middle. It's as if there's a bit of a different approach from both teams now. Settling down, one team trying to see if they can just keep that board ticking over with singles and twos, and Whusperers now just playing that defensive cricket, putting a lot of fielders out on the boundary, no one close in anymore, and asking the batsman now to do the work. So still a lot of offside field placements, and Nash persisting with a third man and a gully for the spinners. Very tactical field setting here in the sense that Aubrey and Nash is talking a lot and communicating as well, like we've seen with Potty and Quincy. They definitely just want to stop those boundaries and just concede singles. They want that run rate to creep up to 10, make it difficult for CCD Tigers to hit those two boundaries each over from here on in. Big sweep shot there by Hugh, but a wide indicated by the experienced Vernon. And that is a wicket. Ball just staying low there. Asad Abbas getting his second wicket, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, his second wicket. Coming to the game with the ball for the Whusperers is Asad Abbas. And that unorthodox spin action of his probably doing the job. Ball just staying a bit low, so it could be that it was a bit of a quicker one, the skiddy one. Not giving that ball too much flight and bowling a flatter delivery. Just confirming what I said there in the replay. Ball staying a bit low, but bit of a batsman error, though, I would call it. Maybe need to go on the front foot. Going on the back foot when something is straight on the wicket is always a dangerous approach to a shot or a cut shot. You miss, I hit, and that's definitely the tactical bowling there by Asad. He knows this pitch has got some turn in it, and definitely got proper turn from that. Yes, what great bowling by Asad. Again, that replay showing us jubilation there on the face of Asad. Really, very impressed by his bowling. And I think this is a statement and exactly what the run Whusperers required. Basie score. Big shot there by Quincy, I think. Getting a top edge, just popping up in the air and going nowhere. Keeper couldn't collect it, so drop catch and then falling onto the bail. So many things happening behind the wicket at the moment. Sud flying one again. Will that be unbeneficial? And that goes all the way for a boundary. CCD, the first boundary, I think, now in 3 overs or 2 overs. Much needed. A lot of things happening in this over. Wide wicket 4. No ball 4 as well, called by the umpire. 5 runs actually. Was that that the keeper's hands were maybe in front of the bails? Or did Sud knock the bail off? What happened there? Quick single stolen there by CCD. Great running between the wickets. 2 very experienced campaigners for CCD now in the middle. Jaden and Quincy, I think, playing all their cricket for CCD. And one of the senior members for the club, although they're still young players. Full toss. Walking towards it is Jaden. Getting a lot on it, but straight to the fielder. Just a single taken. Again, maybe too short there from Asad. Will it be a catch? Karif takes it in a deep end. Quincy loses his wicket. Another wicket falls for the CCD Tigers. 2 wickets for Asad in 1 over. Great bowling by Asad. Just trying to, lurk out the batsman to go for that shot. And again, the ball sticking to the pitch. You could see Quincy not happy with that shot. And Karif almost taking a sitting catch, if you could call it that, making it difficult for himself. Nonetheless, well done, young lad. Great catch. Sure, how much could be happening in that over? Wide wicket, dot. 5 runs, no ball, dot. 1-1 wicket. Astonishing over for Asad, and definitely a game changer for run Whusperers here. Will they be using him or not more? I hope now that the captain and Nash is just chatting about this. This pace that Asad is bowling is just completely getting the upper hand of the batsman, and they're totally mistiming it. Cariff just after taking that catch. Now asked to bowl by the captain again. Single of the first ball. Jaden looking really in good form for CCD Tigers, but just not getting someone at the crease to stay long enough with him. We saw that between Nikki Base and Aubrey Whusperers are doing a very good teamwork there between the two. And unfortunately, Jaden is man alone in the center at the moment. Just over the head of Cariff, half a chance there. The big stature of Potty at the wicket now, getting off the mark with that single. Bit of a risky shot. Again, it kind of looks like the ball is sticking to the pitch, and timing it is very difficult. Miscued there by Jaden. Just as my words were said, it is a very difficult getting the spinners away, especially if they're taking off a lot of pace and just flighting the ball. Jaden taking him on. That's a straight drive. Will that go all the way? Well stopped there in the deep. I think the ground was there covered by Ned Webster, doing really well. Inside edge played on there by Potty. How unfortunate is that? And just like I said, no one sticking with Jaden. Jaden making it look easy at the crease, and Potty very, very unfortunately there. Ball maybe staying a bit low. Oh, ball went up very high. And exactly what I said, just a bit of top edge. Ball spiking up a lot there. I wonder if that was the flipper ball from Cariff. Apologies, I thought that stayed low. But yes, Potty trying to get on top of that. And with a bit of extra elevation, just unfortunately getting the bottom edge played on. You don't see this much. And let's look at the side on. Ball definitely coming just a bit higher than anticipated and maybe turning into him, so also cramping the space. And then what normally happens is you get that inside edge playing it down, unfortunately for Potty hitting the wicket. And another wicket! Cariff is on fire! The youngster taking now 2 wickets in 2 balls. Whusperers now with the upper hand here, you would say. These 2 wickets were very costly for the CCD Tigers, and it might be the end of their innings in the sense of chasing down this score. Drifted in nicely there by Cariff. Ball not even turning a bit. Half a slider, I would say, and maybe just a quicker one. Getting absolutely no turn. Jake Skukamur also losing his wicket there for 0 runs. So unfortunate for CCD Tigers. And we see now Stephen, one of the better bowlers for CCD Tigers, coming into the replacement batsman position there. Must say now, task getting more difficult and more difficult for CCD Tigers. Required run rate now very close to 9. And I can't emphasize this more, especially in the middle overs. If that run rate is close to 9 or even 10, all the teams chasing down, only one team out of the 7 games up to now could chase the score with that run rate close to 9 or 10. So it is a difficult question and to ask. And with only the one really experienced batsman now still left, Jaden, CCD Tigers is is really now struggling just to get to that 100 mark. Again, Aubrey, the captain, seeing just what spinners were doing on this pitch. Now putting himself into the attack as the captain. Also very, very formidable off spinner. And like mentioned, one of the key players for VAP, which is a big funnel system for the Run Whusperers team, consisting a lot of VAP players and senior players, that is for VAP. And Aubrey already more than once in this kind of situation, just know that flighting the ball and asking the batsman again to play this, he doesn't need to do much. I think he can give his two bowlers, Assad and Karif, a nice pat on the back and a nice well done, because they put the pressure much onto the CCD Tigers, and for that sense, the loss of wickets came. Shikongo going for Steven going for a bigger shot there, very high into the air. Dangerous living here for Steven. Aubrey, exactly what I was talking about in the over, gonna flight and asking the batsman to go over the top. Jaden still looking in good form, but I'm worried that Jaden is going to run out of batting partners. He can definitely finish the game for CCD Tigers, but he will have to have someone just sticking there with him and try and rotate the strike so that he can go for the optimistic shots.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers? Easy.
Split the lunch bill? Easy.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
Again, going for the bigger shot, Jaden. He had to pull the trigger, unfortunately, getting a very thick outside edge, and that flies right up into the air. Caught by a short third man region. Great field placing by Aubrey and the vice captain there. Good communication, and I think that is the nail in the coffin for CCD Tigers, losing their key batsman, Jaden. Steven now looking very a bit hesitant there in the middle, and it is going to be a very, very difficult task for CCD to get to that that target with almost only 2 batsmen left. just need to make sure. I think that is actually a hat-trick for Kareth, taking 2 wickets in the previous over and then coming in and taking another wicket in his first ball. Surely that must be a hat-trick. Need to be confirmed, but we'll check the statistics and the stats afterwards. Kareth doing really well. 3 wickets in the bag now for the young lad, and showing the rest of his team the skill of spin bowling. And as I say that another wicket falls. Run out there for the keeper. Stumping, I would say, more or less. Stumping by the keeper. Batsman just leaving his crease there for a millisecond, and the keeper jumping onto that. CCD Tigers now really, really in a deep, dark spot. Umpires doing the best of jobs here with officiating. Vernon not for a moment hesitating on that one, and CCD Tigers losing that wicket. Game now looking very dismal for the CCD Tigers, and I must say, all smiles right around the field for the run Whusperers. We see Nash Nashaya there in the close-up, giving us a big smile, and Aubrey probably feeling a lot of pressure off his shoulders, winning the first game almost. So this is definitely in the bag for them. Sell some hope they are out there for CCD Tigers. 6 just flying to the boundary there by Kundai. Hitting that very crisp and clean, and ball flying all the way. Bit of shouts in the field of a catch, but that one flying all the way over the ropes.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
Aubrey bowling again. Bit of a shout and appeal there by all the fielders. Run Whusperers looking to close this now. Very effective bowling by the spin bowlers today. Swing of the bat there. Will that run down for 4? Collected down in a deep. Overall, gameplay today by Run Whusperers, very good. Maybe getting a bit lucky there in the middle, but still, I would say Nikki Bass and Aubrey just showing some seniorship there at the end. And it's a big appeal. Going down leg indicates the umpire had a bit of a long think on that one. Would really like to see the replay on that one. After this, can we maybe have a replay on Aubrey just sliding that one down the leg side, wide indicated by the umpire. It's all happening out there, but Run Whusperers now just trying to close this out and trying to, get that high net run rate on there. Half a chance there, drops in no man's land. Cariff picks up and throws that into the keeper. And that is the game. Aubrey closing it out. Bowling the last batsman. And that is the end of the game. Really good effort by CCD Tigers. Really looked good in the start of chasing the score down. And Aubrey closing off stuff there. A well-deserved win for the Run Whusperers. See you in the after ceremony and chat with the captains.